So always leave it up to Hollywood to make some random things gay and then tell you that there was always a hint added in the original source material and that you're just now figuring it out after they decide to want to announce it that XYZ person is now gay, and now they're doing it again. So apparently with Shazam, Fury of the Gods, apparently the writer confirmed that a Shazamily member is gay. Now, of course, in terms of Shazam, this particular member who is now officially gay, canonically anyway, there were little hints that was actually thrown in there little by little in the original movie. But my biggest issue with this is not the fact that they made him gay, it's that they always make them gay after the fact. Why do you do this? Why do you make them gay after the fact? Why not just come out and explicitly say that the character is gay from the start? I don't understand why you do it after the fact. Well, the truth is I do understand why you do it after the fact. What happens is that they want to release these IPs and they don't want to rock the boat in the beginning too much, especially with DC, which is very like on the precipice of total destruction half the time. But apparently they want to come out and do it after the fact because it's just easier that way, right? So they don't have to put any thought to it. They don't have to actually showcase it in the movie. They don't have to play any risk factor regarding the movie. The movie can completely play out 100% through and through, get all the money it can at the box office, and only then after the fact, then they're going to say, oh yeah, by the way, this guy is gay. It's really lazy in my opinion. If you're going to showcase diversity, if you're going to showcase LGBTQ characters, shouldn't you give them a little more thought than that? Shouldn't you give them a little more respect than that, I guess? Like, shouldn't you give them a little more credit than that? But no, apparently people are perfectly fine with really lazy representation. But let's get into the article, guys. It says from CBR.com, Shazam, Fury of the Gods writer confirms a Shazamily member is gay. And then it says Shazam, Fury of the Gods co-writer Henry Gayden, that's so ironic, his last name. His last name is so ironic. Reveals that a member of the world's mightiest family is gay, an element that he fought for. Yeah, you fought for it so hard that you didn't even put it in the first movie, that you just had to name it after the fact. It really is quite pathetic. I highly doubt you fought for anything. You just want to make it seem like this whole big thing, bigger than it actually is, and it's just lazy representation at the end of the day. It says Shazam family member Pedro Pena has been confirmed to be, my Hispanic brethren, has been confirmed to be gay in Shazam, Fury of the Gods by the upcoming DC movie's co-writer Henry Gayden. Pedro's sexual orientation was discussed by Gayden, who also wrote the first Shazam movie, in an interview that he gave to Dorkaholics alongside his collaborator for the sequel. Chris Morgan, the only new addition for the Fury of the Gods, is being a lot more forthright about Pedro being gay. Gayden commented, and that was hinted at in the first movie very subtly, and I thought it was really important, and really fought for us including that and bringing that to the fore in this movie. But again, if it was so important, it would have been included in the first movie. The fact that you had to hint it very subtly makes me question your motives. Not only that, it makes me question the overall importance of even saying that this character is gay in the first place. If you had to do this so subtly, why'd you have to do it so subtly? You're talking about Hollywood, right? You're talking about studios that are perfectly fine with throwing LGBTQ representation in literally everything. So why would you have to tippy-toe around that subject? It makes me very curious as to the reasoning for this. It says, this isn't the first time Pedro has been fleshed out as a character, as descriptions for the world's mightiest family had previously revealed new tidbits about him, stating that he's had self-confidence problems for a while and has gained a newfound interest in baseball. Of course he did. Of course my Hispanic brethren has found a new interest in baseball. The fucking stereotypes are fantastic. Other descriptions for the rest of the Shazam family include facts like Billy Batson dealing with worthiness issues regarding his responsibilities at the eponymous Big Red Cheese, and Freddie Freeman having feelings for a new girl at school. A subsequent clip revealed that new girl is Anthea, one of the Fury of the Gods villains, the Daughters of Atlas. Besides individual details about the members, returning director David F. Sandberg talked about the Shazam family as a whole in 2022 and their incompetence at being superheroes. They've all been superheroes for a while now, trying to stop crime and save people, but they're not very good at it. The city of Philadelphia has dubbed them the Philly Fiascos, Sandberg remarked at the time. Now again, I just find it very strange that for this particular story, that they had to tippy-toe around the fact that Pena was gay. Why did you have to tippy-toe around that? And again, the stereotypes for certain characters are hilarious, right? Like we see stereotypes all the time with black characters mainly. You know, Miles Morales' Thor. I talk about Miles Morales' Thor all the time because I think I would argue that Miles Morales' Thor is probably the pinnacle of stereotypical, very lazy shill writing that has to do with like diversity, right? I really, really do. I think that's like the ultimate. If you guys have any other ideas, please leave them in the comments down below. I would love to check them out. But as of my knowledge, I would say that Miles Morales' Thor is definitely the pinnacle for fake diversity. Like the man. The man literally only spoke in raps, right? Like he was only capable of speaking in lyrics. He wore Air Jordans, right? He had graffiti on his hammer. He would talk about Asgard being his hood. It blew my mind to the point where I never stopped talking about it. Maybe that was the whole goal for them with Miles Morales' Thor, but I never stopped talking. I mean, the guy wore a fucking hoodie, like the guy. It's just I can't even continue to even speak on it anymore, because it really is just the ultimate version of shill diversity writing. So when I see stuff like this with Pena being finding a newfound love for baseball, it just goes into the whole stereotype of Hispanics and in baseball. And listen, every stereotype has a little bit of truth to it, so trust me, I understand that. But I just think it's really hilarious that anytime they write diverse characters, they always go for the straight shill like fucking stereotypes that these people who probably are white who wrote this stuff definitely learned about or read about or whatever the case may be. It's hilarious stuff, man, at the end of the day. So it says, what's next for Shazam? As for the franchise itself, Billy Batson actor Asher Angel expressed interest in Shazam being fully integrated into the DC universe by DC Studios co-head and filmmaker James Gunn. Angel previously met Gunn on the stages for Gunn's debut DC film, The Suicide Squad. I met with Gunn and he's just super nice, genuine, humble guy. Angel explained. Super passionate. Obviously, he's super freaking talented. But for him to team up with Peter Safran, who I also think is incredibly gifted at what he does, is a dream team. To pair the two, it totally makes sense. It was bound to happen. Hopefully I, Billy Batson's Shazam, get to integrate with other characters, but who knows? As of now, however, no other Shazam projects following Fear of the Gods have been announced. There are also no current plans for Dwayne Johnson to reprise his role as Shazam's arch nemesis, Black Adam. Now, again, I would not be surprised if they completely reboot all of that stuff, right? So I do find it weird, and I've said this before, I do find it very strange that DC is deciding to go forward with these movies. At the end of the day, I know they invested a lot of money. Obviously, they can't lose that money. They got to make some money back, right? But I do find it interesting how much they're actually trying to go so hard as to market these movies, knowing that all of this is going to be retconned at some point in time or made like non-important by the new DCEU. So I just don't understand from that standpoint, but I understand from the money-making standpoint, they have to. They have no choice. They've invested so much money in Shazam, Fear of the Gods. They invested so much money, especially in The Flash. They have to make this money back. So they're going to release these movies, even though these movies will not be canonical to the new DCEU. So it's only a matter of time to see what's going to happen with the Shazam, Fury of the Gods, especially now that they're going to go full-on gay with Pena. Let's see what that actually means. Ultimately, I don't know if I'm going to watch the movie myself personally. I'm really not too big into DC, especially when I know it's not going to mean anything and they're going to just go back into a new DCEU. So I don't know if I'm going to watch the movie, but obviously I will watch reviews on it. And let's see what they actually decide to do with Pena. Hopefully they don't make him too overly flamboyant, and hopefully they don't make him too overly into baseball to the point where he basically looks like a gay version of Derek Jeter. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy, and if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.